The hardest thing I've ever had to do is take organic chemistry, which I'm still doing, so I'm going to have to give you an update on that later. So instead, I'm going to talk about the second hardest thing I've ever had to do. Last week, I made a video called, I think, Playing Minecraft Through Pain I Can't Describe, and talking about my loneliness in a really, really dark moment. And now I want to, explore that moment and really talk about it and process it, because not only am I through it, I'm on the other side, thankfully, but I think there are things that a lot of people can take from it. And I think that's really important, to take your bad experiences and have something learnable, have a learning moment, if that makes sense. So to start with, I had obviously physical pain. I was seriously going through it. My hands both were aching a lot, and I was losing feeling in some of my fingers, and that was a serious panic to me, because half of my life is genuinely just using my hands for stuff, for music, for typing, for drawing. It was I was feeling devastated, but I saw a doctor, I got on medication, I took rest, and it's okay now. Secondly, it was midterm season, and I didn't do the greatest on my chem exam, even after studying 3 times as much, which is outrageous, but it's whatever. It's past us now. But the thing that seriously shook things up that week was that I got a lot of news about my ex-girlfriend. We broke up 5 months ago on what I thought were pretty decent terms, but I've learned recently that she's been making comments about me, saying things about me, lying about me, and just genuinely spreading misinformation for the fun of it, for drama or gossip, which is whatever, because she goes to a different school and thousands of miles away, by the way. None of those people can touch me and harm me or really do anything. But the part that was really painful was that this was someone that I thought I could trust, someone I thought I loved, someone that was really important to me, and the second they had no obligation or responsibility to me, they kind of turned around and did some pretty uncomfortable things. They said some things that I don't really want to get into, but it hurt a lot. It was terrible. Every time I'd think her name, I'd feel a clutch in my chest. So I sat with that. I sat with the information that I got, and I decided I needed to address it. And I sent her a long message, just talking about all the things that I was frustrated about, unhappy with, and uncomfortable about throughout our relationship. Because our breakup was very, very minimal. It was a 5-minute call max. We just said we wanted to break up and we were done. Because she wanted to get out of there as fast as possible. And I just was a little afraid of conflict. But because of that, I did not say remotely near what I needed to. And for the next few months, I would feel a little bit of a nagging feeling. I didn't express myself clearly. I didn't, she spent all this time telling me about the pain I caused her, which feels terrible. But it made me feel like my problems were never worth hearing about, and my issues were inevitably just causing her issues. So I decided, I have to send this message now. I need her to, at the very least, read it. I don't want a discussion or an argument. It's just something that I need to say to her, because this is something I need to work on as an introvert, right? As someone who has problems bringing these kinds of things up with people, as someone who's avoidant to conflict, I needed to say it. I needed her to read it. And I know it's been 5 months, but everyone has to start somewhere. So I send the message, and turns out that she takes it and shows it to all of her friends, and then they MLA format it, and it's really funny, and they start rewording everything, and they make comments and be language, don't use swear words in a formal paper, which I don't know why they chose to do that and waste their time on that. Multiple people, by the way. I had no one helping me when I wrote my thing. And again, I said this is not a conversation. So, but it's whatever. Again, these people can't touch me, and it doesn't matter. But it does hurt. it hurt a lot to see that happen to someone that I loved, respected, and admired. And with that hurt came all the pain that I talked about, or that I described being in. What I've realized from all this experience is that you can do one of two things with pain. You can either treat it like it never happened, treat it like it doesn't affect you, and distract yourself from it. You know, some people find this in drinking, drugs, infidelity, which, you know, not going to say much, but I have experience. And the other thing you can do is accept it and turn it into a part of your experience. Because in reality, pain can be beautiful. In fact, to be human is to be in constant pain. Hey, the Buddha said it, not me, right? It's his words. And through, you know, all of this pain, all this suffering, we find our little bits of enlightenment. We find things to take away from every single bad moment. You know, it's the scars that make you beautiful. I think that is so, so true. When I was in pain, the first thing I did was use my hands, which, you know, given the circumstances with my condition, it was a little problematic and it made my wrist issues worse. But I still turned to it because it's the only thing I can do. That very night, I hopped onto Rivals. I blasted Twice and Illit and all my favorite girl groups. I blasted Leve, you know, because I'm in my field. And I just ran it down on Iron Man. You know, I rage queued a little bit, I tilted, but it helped me get it out. And on top of that, I had things like music and art. You know, I made my first animation that week, and it got a really good reception from my 200 followers, which was really nice to see. So the takeaway is that your pain is beautiful. You need to turn it into something beautiful, because without it, we cannot truly accept and experience the ecstasy of everything good and wonderful about life. From wildfires come forests. Give yourself the chance to grow through your pain. It may hurt more, it may be even more taxing, but the worst thing you can do is pretend like it never happened in the first place, and hide behind things that will only make it worse. So, again, if you're hurting right now, as I said last video, you are not alone. You are never alone. There are always people and opportunities that are waiting for you. They are right there for you, but you need to take them first. Move through your pain, accept it, and learn to grow.